Understanding your mind is perhaps the most powerful step you can take toward achieving your goals. While it might sound like a philosophical concept, it is deeply psychological and incredibly practical. Your mind is not just a tool for thinking, it is the command center for your beliefs, your habits, your reactions, and your dreams. And yet, so many people wander through life without ever pausing to truly understand how their own minds work. They chase goals blindly, frustrated by obstacles, unaware that the real barriers often exist not in the outside world, but within their own thoughts. At the heart of goal achievement lies self-awareness. Every goal you set is filtered through the lens of your mind. If your mind is clouded with fear, self-doubt, or past trauma, it will distort how you see your potential and what you believe you can achieve. For example, if you believe you are not good enough, that belief will quietly sabotage your actions. You might procrastinate, avoid challenges, or settle for less, without even realizing why. But if you learn to examine and understand these beliefs, you gain power over them. You begin to see that your limitations are not fixed, but fluid. Your thoughts shape your reality. What you consistently think determines how you feel, and how you feel influences how you act. Think about it. A person who wakes up every day thinking, "I can't do this," will behave very differently from someone who thinks, "I am capable of figuring this out." Those thoughts become self-fulfilling prophecies. They either paralyze or propel you. That's why understanding your mind is not just beneficial, it's essential. You cannot consistently act in ways that contradict your core beliefs. If you want to change your behavior, you must first change the internal dialogue that drives it. Consider the power of habits, which are automated behaviors shaped by repeated thoughts and experiences. Your brain is designed to conserve energy, so it builds neural pathways that make repeated actions easier over time. This is great when those habits are positive, like persistence, discipline, or optimism. But when they are negative, like avoidance, self-criticism, or impulsivity, they become invisible walls standing between you and your goals. Many people try to change their outcomes without changing their underlying mental patterns, which is why willpower alone often fails. Sustainable change begins in the mind. One of the most important aspects of understanding your mind is becoming aware of your inner critic. That voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough, smart enough, or talented enough, it is not a reflection of truth. It is a reflection of conditioning. That voice developed over years of feedback, failure, comparison, and fear. But here's the truth. You are not that voice. You are the awareness behind it. And once you recognize that, you can challenge it. You can replace judgment with curiosity, fear with courage, doubt with clarity. You can rewrite the narrative of your life, not by denying your weaknesses, but by choosing how you respond to them. Another vital element in understanding your mind is recognizing the impact of emotions. Emotions are not weaknesses, they are signals. They tell you what you care about, what you fear, what you need. When you ignore or suppress them, you miss valuable information. But when you learn to sit with them, to understand their origins and their message, you develop emotional intelligence. And that intelligence helps you regulate your responses, build resilience, and stay aligned with your long-term goals even when the path gets hard. Visualization is one of the most powerful tools of the mind. Athletes use it. CEOs use it. Anyone who performs at a high level understands that the brain doesn't fully distinguish between imagined and real experiences. When you visualize your goals, and more importantly, when you visualize yourself overcoming the obstacles to those goals, you are training your brain to believe in your capacity to succeed. You are creating mental blueprints that make success feel more familiar, and therefore, more attainable. It's also important to understand the role of your subconscious mind. Most of your behavior is driven by subconscious programming, much of which was formed in childhood. These programs influence your self-worth, your expectations, your risk tolerance, and more. If your subconscious mind believes that success is unsafe, or that failure defines your worth, it will quietly resist progress. But through introspection, journaling, therapy, or meditation, you can begin to surface and rewrite those subconscious scripts. You can install new beliefs that support, rather than sabotage, your growth. Mindfulness plays a central role in this process. The more you practice observing your thoughts without judgment, the more you realize how often your mind clings to old stories or jumps to future fears. This awareness creates space. Space to choose a different thought, a different action, a different outcome. With mindfulness, you stop reacting on autopilot and start responding with intention. You become the author of your life rather than a character trapped by circumstance. Understanding your mind also means accepting that fear will always be part of the journey. Every meaningful goal involves stepping into the unknown, and your brain is wired to protect you from uncertainty. That's why fear arises, not to stop you, but to prepare you. The key is not to eliminate fear, but to understand it, to talk to it, to walk with it. When you stop seeing fear as the enemy and start seeing it as a guide, you take away its power to paralyze you. The truth is, you already have within you everything you need to achieve your goals. You have creativity, determination, intelligence, and adaptability. But those qualities can only shine through when your mind is aligned with your purpose. When your thoughts support your dreams instead of undermining them. When your emotions are acknowledged rather than suppressed. When your habits are intentional rather than automatic. This alignment is not something you find, it's something you build, moment by moment, through awareness, reflection, and action. Your goals matter. Your dreams matter. But if you continue to fight for them using only surface-level strategies, you will constantly feel stuck. The real breakthrough happens when you turn inward. When you understand that your outer success is a mirror of your inner clarity. That the greatest transformation is not in what you do, but in how you think, feel, and believe. So the next time you find yourself frustrated or overwhelmed, don't just push harder, pause and listen. Ask yourself, what am I really thinking? What am I really feeling? What story am I telling myself, and is it helping or hurting me? In that pause lies power. In that awareness lies freedom.